Welcome back to
Shit.
Nanodosing, the only nanodosing podcast that's available on Thursdays. You can look, but we're the only one out there. It's 4:20 as we're recording it, 4:21 as you're listening, so you're probably super hungover from all those drugs you smoked yesterday. This would be the perfect podcast to come down from that. We got myself, Big T, Billy, Mad Dog, Arian today. Billy just a second ago said that his mom has some notes from Monday's episode that we should go over. I kind of like that. We did that, I think, with Big T's mom a while ago. Just like take what our parents had to say about the episode and address their concerns and comments. So
my mom's a huge Anglophile. She's one of those Americans Big T doesn't understand. So she had a couple things to say. Basically on Diana. Diana comes from a whole family of gingers. Her brothers and sisters are all super ginger. So she just wanted to put that in because she thinks any Diana slander is terrible. The driver of the Mercedes that crashed worked for Al Fayed, who was Dodi's father. He was a Ritz driver. So in the bodyguard, and Diana's bodyguard was in the front passenger seat and died. Was the only one who survived. Diana's lineage is more English than the royal family's. The royal family comes from that Dutch-German line of ancestry. Diana's is dated back to the first kings of England.
Wow.
So that's one thing. Prince Philip's mother was Prince Alice of Greece. I don't know why she mentioned that, but they're cousins, the current queen and Prince Philip. And the royal family is land rich, jewel rich, and crown rich, and have tons of assets, but they are not cash rich.
Yeah.
Which means they need to refinance all their assets to live, in that they generate huge revenue for the United Kingdom. You could almost say that all of their tourism to places like London, like really the only reason you visit the UK is to see some of like the royal stuff. So like they do bring in enough.
There are a couple other reasons to visit England, I think.
Soccer.
Yeah, that's it. It's soccer, and then to visit the palace.
You're not going for the fucking food.
You're not. Well, okay. This might be an out there take. I don't think British food is that bad. It gets a bad rap.
It's so bad.
But no, the fish and chips is good.
Fish and chips is it.
Fried fish, French fries, delicious. Also, shepherd's pie. I feel like shepherd's pie is a very underrated dish.
I'm out on the English breakfast.
You don't like eggs?
I don't like
sausage?
beans and like the tomatoes all in my breakfast and the sausage. Nah, I'm good.
The tomato's weird.
So my mother's an Anglophile, and she always likes to go to this pub that does really good shepherd's pie, mince pies, all these different types of pies. And they're actually really good.
I love meat pies.
If they do it right. The meat pies are good because on the top it's just basically, imagine mashed potato on top, but they put it in the oven so the top gets crispy.
Yeah. I
like English food, but it's common opinion that English food's terrible.
So like the meat pies are, I would put them in the soup family almost.
Yeah, because under that crispy, like it's honestly basically like crispy layer of mashed potato, then mashed potato, and then like a chili underneath.
Yeah.
That's how I describe it.
Yeah, if you like mixed a nice chili with a KFC famous bowl, that's what you're getting when you get the shepherd's pie and meat pies.
Also more on the royal family. The royal family gets assignments from the duchy. So,
yo, this is your mom fact checking all this shit?
Well, my mom's an Anglophile.
I don't know what that means.
That means she's like super obsessed with like the royal family.
Like, Big T don't fuck with mom?
Yeah. Well, Big T.
Well, I'm sure she has many other redeeming qualities.
I would like to give Big T a chance to respond to Billy's mom. This is a new good rivalry that we have on the podcast.
It's just a hobby.
It's not a rivalry.
We're going to replace your rivalry with Billy with Billy's mom.
I don't know this person.
But don't worry. So basically, it's actually funny. All of the royals, they all have to go do stuff like open different things, like bridges across the country.
Yeah.
It turns out they all compete with each other, like comedians who can work more and get more gigs, and that's how they work. So, and then they get allocated money from the duchy, which I don't understand what it is, but they like
they're mascots.
That's where they tell them where to go. Yeah.
They're mascots. They show up. It's like you can rent out Goofy to show up like at your birthday party.
Yeah.
You can get like the princess of, I don't even know any, Wessex to show up
To open your
to your bar mitzvah
shopping mall.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Arian, it's good to have you back on the show, and thank you to Billy's mom for her contributions.
And then the dog walk guys did a whole thing on Diana, and turns out the bodyguard, the driver of the Mercedes, was said to have been a stone cold sober guy, like never did drugs or alcohol, but they say that he was drunk when Diana died.
Interesting.
So that's another
stone cold sober.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it. I feel like we should change that term now because Stone Cold's entire thing was like he was going to chug beers in your face.
Yeah.
If you're stone cold sober, it just means that you're probably wearing a vest and you're flipping somebody off.
Yeah.
So, Arian, welcome back. It's good to have you. You've been up in the Pacific Northwest. I got to see you actually last Friday. You FaceTimed me.
Yes.
Because Arian saw a white dude wearing a Barstool sweatshirt, and Arian thought that he worked at Barstool.
That's facts. I see. It was right. We was checking into the hotel, and I seen it, and he just looked like that was probably a little profiler. And I was like, "Yo, you work at Barstool?" He's like, "Oh no, man, I wish." I was like, "Okay, dope." I was like, "You a fan of them?" He's like, "Yeah." So he's like, "Big cat, like PFT, man." Like, I was like, "All right, let me make his day, man." You know. So I FaceTimed you at midnight.
Yeah, that was nice. Arian was like, "Why aren't you out drinking right now?" I was like, "Because I'm old and I'm on the couch and I'm watching a Prison Break TV show."
Some Lifetime movie, wasn't it?
No, it was that escape movie with Benicio del Toro and Patricia Arquette. Or it's a series. It's a series that you can find on streaming platforms wherever you watch streaming shows. But yeah, it was good to see you then. I think Billy and Big T were like, "Why next time you see like a guy in public wearing a Houston Texans shirt, go up to him and be like, 'Hey, do you play for the Texans?'" Oh no, do you like Arian Foster?
Odds are low on that one, but I can see the correlation.
I would say far more people have played for the Houston Texans than have worked at Barstool Sports.
Back.
Yeah, no, I think that's just
you might be. Yeah, actually, you might be right then. Yeah, okay.
undeniable fact.
Also, are there more Barstool Sports fans or Houston Texans?
That's a good question too.
Let's go to the.
How many
social
Houston
network.
Texans fans do you think there are?
A million?
A million?
Maybe?
Maybe 1 million?
No, there's much more than a million. No, you're
Let's
crazy.
go
Houston
on
is 4. Houston city population is 4 million.
They might not all like the Texans.
Yeah, Houston is.
Well, that's
So
obvious.
let's say 3 million.
Oh yeah, it's 3
Go
million.
to their social
Yeah,
media following.
I'm on there right now. The Texans on Twitter have 1.9 million followers. Barstool Sports.
Go to Instagram.
Yeah, we'll go.
I think that's probably their bigger following.
Yeah.
3.5 million on Twitter for Barstool, and on Instagram, the Houston Texans have 1.3 million followers on Instagram. Barstool has
Be consistent. That's wild.
13.6 million.
Wow,
Yeah, I think there's more Barstool fans than Houston Texans fans.
numbers never lie.
But also, there's a difference between people who follow the socials, Barstool socials, and like Barstool fans. Because a lot of people think
That's very
Barstool
true.
Sports is just a page that posts funny videos.
Yep.
Like World Star Hip Hop.
It is.
Yeah. Well, I think that I would say we probably have more fans than the Texans do.
Yeah.
When was Barstool established?
2004?
3.
2003.
Houston was established in 2002. Yeah,
A lot of similarities between the two organizations.
similarities.
A lot. Arian's played for. Arian is probably. Yeah, you're the center of that Venn diagram right there.
Yeah, I am.
But so you were up in the Pacific Northwest. Was it Seattle?
I
Portland?
was. Right now I'm in Portland. That's where my shorty stayed. She had a birthday. Her birthday was on Monday. That's why I couldn't do the pod. We was traveling back. But we went to Seattle for her birthday for the weekend. It was really fun, man.
Yeah, you gave away.
That's a dope city.
It is. I like Seattle. I like the ballpark there. So you got to go see the
Yeah.
Mariners game. You
Yeah.
got. I think you said hella faded is the nomenclature that you use. And then you gave away tickets.
Yeah, I had to give them away because I did. I got super faded, and so I got really drunk. And I was in my responsible drunken stupor. I was like, I gotta order these tickets because we're going to the Mariners game on Saturday. That was like on a Thursday.
Mhm.
And I woke up in the morning and I was like, man, I gotta get these tickets. And my responsible stone cold sober moment. I was like, I gotta get these tickets. And so I ordered the tickets. But then I looked on the thing. I was like, I ordered them twice. When did I order them? And so I tried to sell them. Nobody was buying them. And then I tried to, I just wasted tickets. And it was good tickets too. Like in the Diamond Club, they call it the Diamond Club, where you like, it's behind a home plate. And then you go back there, it's like free food and drinks and shit.
Yeah.
So it ended up being really cool because I put out that tweet. And then I was going to give him to like some funny shit, like a dude going on a date with a girl or something like that. But a dude reached out and said both of his parents had cancer, and they were like lifelong Mariners fans. And so we ended up giving them to them. Super cool dude. Met him and his wife. We had dinner with them, and they were really nice and sweet people, man.
That's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
dope.
you had like dinner with them. You went out with them.
Yeah, that was actually an accident too, because we walked in the Diamond Club and they was already sitting down eating, and then my girl was like, "I think that's them." And I was like, "How the fuck do you never seen them before?" She's like, "I don't know, I just think that's them." And so I went over there and I asked him what his name was. She's like, "Are you Arian?" I'm like, "Holy shit, how the fuck did you know that?" It was really weird.
Do you get recognized in public a lot?
It depends where I'm at. In bigger cities, yeah. And smaller cities, not so much. But as the years go on, it's starting to fade away slowly, which I appreciate.
Yeah. I imagine that like at the peak of your athletic career, when you were in Houston, it was probably like you probably couldn't really go out anywhere without having you couldn't act like a normal person.
Nah. In Houston, I was very well recognized. I get recognized a lot in Houston. But in New York, it's just every now and then. LA, every now and then. I actually got recognized a lot up here in Seattle. That was actually weird.
Tell me a little bit about the science fair project that you helped out with. So you went into an elementary school, or you're going into an elementary school?
Going in. So after I record this, I gotta go. My girl is a second grade teacher, and she's making flubber. So that's the cornstarch and flour. I don't even know how to do it. She's gonna prep me. So I go during her lunchtime, and she's gonna prep me how to do it, and then I'm gonna help her out with her kids. And it's just corralling a whole bunch of little kids, and we're gonna have a good time and make a couple of them out. It's gonna be fun.
It's very wholesome.
Flubber is one of the non-Newtonian fluids we were talking about on that other day. Yeah, which.
It was last week.
Yeah.
PFT, do you?
It doesn't.
Oh wait, go ahead, Arian.
I was gonna say it doesn't do what the shit on the video did though. Like the more force you apply to it, the harder it gets.
I think when you make a big vat of it, yeah.
Mhm. I think that's how
Really?
we should solve potholes.
Let me check this
Good
out.
point.
Cornstarch, flubber.
I don't know enough about it, but
Flubber. We gotta prep. We
that's
gotta
gonna
prep
be wild.
We should actually
We should make some flubber.
we should do a science fair.
Yeah.
I want to do that so much.
You guys want to do a science fair here
That
on
was
Macrodosing?
That
like,
was the
would it be
peak.
us or would it be people in the office that make
No,
the
bro.
science
Let's
fair
just
project?
let's just make a bunch of projects for everybody else. To
I think
just come
Billy
and
can
look
just do
at.
it. All of us.
I can plan all.
I think Billy should do one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Big T. Do you want to do one?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, you guys can do one, and then we'll
You can
also
do science.
we'll get like 4 other people from the office.
Mm-hmm.
Frank the Tank doing a science fair project would
Hell
be
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who do we think would be the best to do a science?
I think Frank the Tank would be excellent.
A corn flour and water mixture is a non-Newtonian fluid.
I feel like
Yep.
Kate would be good.
Yeah,
Wow.
Kate would do a good project for
Mhm.
sure.
Oobleck.
Doug's.
Doug's could do one.
Mm,
Kate and Frank, those are good. Actually, Nick and KB
Nick and KB
doing
would
a
have
project
good
together would be good.
one.
I'm gonna buy a bunch of fire alarms and take all the radioactive material out of them and make a nuclear reactor.
Perfect.
Wait, fire alarms
Oh.
have radioactive material in them?
Yeah,
Is that what causes the alarm to go off?
part of it.
Big T's checking that out right now.
They at least
am.
used to, because I remember
I'm dubious
a
to that
Boy
claim.
Scout. A Boy Scout once made a nuclear reactor in his outdoor shed. Out
I'm
of
scared
fire
to
alarms.
Google this, actually.
DuckDuckGo it. They
Oh
can't
no,
track you.
I think they're done. DuckDuckGo.
I'm skeptical to Billy's claim. I don't want to say that he's wrong, but I'm skeptical.
So you said they have what in them?
I'm pretty sure.
radioactive material in them.
Do fire alarms have
He has no issue.
radioactive material? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Going around the room real quick. Did you guys ever pull a fire
Yep.
alarm when you were a kid?
No.
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not a good kid.
We had cameras in school when I went to school.
Is it
Yeah.
true that
We did.
it's
I
got
had
like
those.
a purple
Yeah.
dye that squirts out and it stains your hand?
Not when I did it. Nah.
That's like when people say if you pee in the pool, it turns blue.
Although I'm pretty sure that certain fire alarms do.
No, that's probably what they told you.
Yeah,
in
so you wouldn't
school.
pull it.
and that would stain your hand that you couldn't wash it off.
It's like what is that? Was that money that explodes?
Oh yeah, the ink packets.
Yeah.
If you rob a bank. I think that's legit.
No, I think that might be.
Yes. So smoke detectors have radioactive substance called americium 241.
Smoke detectors,
Yeah, that's what I was talking
not
about.
fire
Smoke
alarms.
detectors are fire alarms. That's what I meant. Smoke detectors, like the ones you can buy and like.
The ones that are in
Home
your
Depot.
house
Yeah.
that beep and you have to change the batteries
Yeah.
on.
I think I have taken out all of my smoke detectors in my house.
Yeah,
That's
I
dangerous.
ripped mine
That's-
off the wall.
Dude, I had a
Yeah.
barn. There's a barn. I was witness to a barn fire about a year and a half ago, and you need smoke detectors.
How did it catch on fire?
Basically, it's a long story, but there was a chimney that was concrete, but for some reason there was a metal wire in the concrete that somehow got out of the concrete, and that metal wire heated up so much it ignited the wood and insulation outside of the chimney.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That
Yeah.
sucks.
But like,
But that beeping noise, I cannot take that shit.
it's worth it, man. I used to take them out when at parties.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah,
I think you're correct. But that shit is annoying.
just make sure you put them back in when they go off.
I'm probably not gonna do it, but I hear you 1,000%.
I'm just saying. I mean, the track record this show has. Practice fire safety. Come a long way. Fires are no joke. We don't think about fires that much anymore because we've gotten rid of all those things. Like fires were such a huge issue. Like up to like there was so much more. The amount of fires that we witness in the modern day is so lower than like back when we had candles, back when we had appliances that weren't fire safe, like when we had bad electrical. Like fires are the real deal, bro. Like we had a fire. There was a fire. No, but like people don't think about fires that much anymore. But there was a fire in the Bronx in January, killed a bunch of people because of a space heater. Like fire safety is no joke.
Yeah, change your smoke detectors, Arian. That's your assignment this week.
I'm
Put
so-
your smoke. I'm trying to save your life, Arian.
bro.
Not just your life, your children's life.
Might do it because of that.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I left a candle on by accident in my house, and I was going to work, and I was literally halfway to work on the train, and I realized that there was a candle on, and I got on the train, went back, and I was late for work.
Candle on, candle off.
I'm
Just
actually
to blow out the candle.
I'm actually proud of Billy for owning a candle.
Yeah, good job, Billy.
Well, the hedgehog
Is it
stinks up the
Scented?
room.
Is it scented?
It's a scented candle.
It's a countermeasure against his hedgehog.
Yeah, I'm doing biological warfare against my hedgehog.
The only issue I have with smoke detectors is if I'm cooking a steak and you got to get the
Bruh.
pan real hot and then you sear both sides. You can't. It's impossible to cook a steak on your stove without setting off a smoke detector.
You're right. And another thing. So before we went to Seattle, I cooked a steak here, and she lives in an apartment, and so 2 of them motherfuckers started right. So right now, I'm looking at this fire detector. I took it out.
Mhm. Put it. Yeah,
I hate that shit.
I've done it before too, but put it back, Aaron. We're trying to raise fire safety awareness on this podcast.
It's just like one of
Yeah.
those things that we like is kind of disappeared from the modern consciousness.
Well, the problem with a fire in your house isn't necessarily the fire part; it's the smoke, because the smoke goes off and it's carbon monoxide, so you breathe that in, and then you just pass out, and then you don't wake up. A lot of times, people die from the smoke, and they don't even wake up, and then the fire gets them later.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
change your
Sense.
detector batteries.
Yeah, I should. You're right.
Big T, do you have anything today?
It's 420.
Yeah.
A lot of I have another rant actually.
Okay.
People who smoke weed are the most sensitive little bitches that I've ever encountered on the internet, and that's really saying something. Like Madeline tweeted like, "Oh, happy 420. Like maybe we'll get Big T to smoke weed one day." And I was like, "No, you won't." And everybody replied, "Narc, cop, what a buzzkill." Like you don't have to. I like watching some TV shows. Some people like watching other TV shows. Like nobody cares. But people who smoke weed, like if you don't like smoking weed, they're like, "Oh, you're such a bitch, man." So I hate those people. In addition to people who care about the royal family.
Yeah. I got that today too, Big T. I said that, yo, congrats to all the people smoking weed today.
I don't think you can use the word "yo" if you don't smoke weed.
Oh, I have.
That's-
but
you're
smoking weed makes
appropriating
me
culture.
nervous. I smoke weed and then
That's
I start
our
checking
word.
out. I smoke weed and I make sure that there's enough smoke detectors in the house I'm in.
I mean, this all goes back to the Bring Back Mids movement,
Yeah.
where if you just had some normal weed, I think you'd be fine.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with Big T in a sense that people that are like that make marijuana the biggest part of their personality, pretty strange. Pretty strange. They get very sensitive about it. I think that just well, it's changed a little bit over the last like 20 years. I think just now most regular people smoke weed occasionally too, but the people that just like defend
I
it,
think that's a generalization on your part, but
I think
you hang out with a lot of people who smoke weed.
people 40 and under. I also hang out with a lot of people that don't.
Do you think?
Look at you two.
Do you think 50% of the U.S. smoke weed?
50% of people
I would say, yeah.
under the age of 40 have smoked weed, I would say, in their life.
I
Okay,
actually
but
think
doing
it's
it once when
officially-
you're 17 is not the same as like like when you're an adult.
Okay, where's the line then? 10 times?
If you do it once
Once a year.
sure, as an adult.
I'd say 40 to 50% of people under the age of 40. Well, I'd say between the ages of like 20 and 40.
Maybe, but I don't think it's that high.
Well, you have the entire state of Oregon. So that's a lot right there.
Is that a lot?
I think so. Oregon, I think, is low-key the biggest stoner state in the country.
Oregon has 4 million
Yeah.
people in it. That's not a lot.
Are there more Houston Texans fans or
Or people who live in Oregon.
Oregoners? Yeah,
Oregonians?
Oregonians. Is it-
Oreganos?
Oreganos.
Nah, I have no fucking clue.
Oregonians. That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take their weed very seriously, and if you go from like San Francisco all the way up to Seattle, that's the green belt up there. People in Humboldt County, California, it's like a weird situation because there are a bunch of farmers out there that grow some serious amount of marijuana, and they're very militant. They have like automatic weapons and they live off the grid defending their crop.
Badass. That's America, baby.
That's America. But now that it's legal, I don't know. They're probably putting those operations out of business.
Nah, but I think they're more just trying to live a lifestyle where they have their own compound. They can smoke weed. They can do whatever they want.
What is the reason for marijuana to still be illegal at a federal level? Why is that the case?
I think
Old fuckers in Congress. The only reason.
I think you're right. I think it's old people.
I think it's old people, but also I think it does allow. I mean, it does cause a lot of.
You
Like-
can't. There's no argument you can
I'm making an
posture-
argument for marijuana, like historically, like it gives excuses to search and do searches, and that gives law enforcement a certain edge.
Gotcha. So it's like a broken
Yeah.
taillight
Edge.
thing. Yeah, I guess what Billy's
Edge.
saying. Yeah.
Like for example, like on the Texas-Mexico border, like if they, like even though I'm not like it gives an excuse for police forces to stereotype.
They use it as a scapegoat.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
No, I thought you were making an argument for. Okay, yeah. It's been a scapegoat to fuck with people for forever. Yeah, but there's no argument that you could postulate that has any worse health benefits than alcohol or any legal opioid or any of that shit. So it's just old fuckers.
Even tobacco, like marijuana, is way better for you than tobacco is. It's probably better
alcohol,
for you than vaping.
tobacco. Oh, it's way better than vaping.
I think
There are negative effects, but it's to say that health is not the reason why it's illegal.
I don't think that old people should be allowed to vote as frequently as young people. I feel like we need to taper off because if you're going to be voting for somebody that's not, if you're going to die in 20 years, why is your voting power the same as somebody who's going to die in like 80 years?
Nah, I don't agree with that. No.
Yeah, dude. Old people are definitely smarter than young people when it comes to certain things.
I'm kind of on
They
PS's
vote more.
train.
Yeah,
They
actually
more.
vote more.
they vote all the
But-
time. It's their favorite
It's their
thing.
only thing that they do.
They
but, like,
absolutely
because
love voting.
as you grow, you realize that really is the thing that shapes our world, right? When you're young, you just feel like, oh, it doesn't fucking matter. They'll take care of it. And when you're older, you start to realize, oh, if we vote the right people in, we could get real shit done. And so old people are just smarter and they vote more. Young people just feel like they're invincible.
Wait, but
And they're too busy.
Election day, and it's not just like normal election day on that Tuesday in November. It's like all the small ones, like the runoff elections, the primaries,
The levies.
school board elections.
Mhm.
They love voting for town councils. You cannot keep an old
And,
person
hey,
away
but-
from the polls.
But
It's-
PFT, in that same vein, I don't think old people should be allowed to fund candidates in that same vein.
yeah, agree. There should be a cutoff.
Yeah. But hypothetically, what if
30 and
you're-
under.
What if you're an old person and a bill comes? We get so progressive that a bill becomes a law that former interns can vote to have older former bosses. What's the word? Put down.
Medically
And-
retired.
Yeah, medically. Like what?
Euthanized.
Euthanized. What if that gets on the bill
Put
and
out
you're an
their
old
misery.
person and you can't vote anymore? But since people can vote, they can like euthanize people.
Then I'll probably just retire from podcasting. at
No,
that
but like
point.
I'm saying, just euthanasia.
He's just killing you.
just kill the
murder.
old people.
Yeah, just kill the old
just
people.
murder the old people.
What if like your children can like you either like you don't have to take if you're taking care of your grandparent becomes a burden, like they can vote to just like euthanize you.
I actually think that if that happened, if like Billy did get rid of everybody that was older than him, he would think that it was like a weekend where your parents left the house, and that would be his entire life. He's like,
No,
there's
that was-
no old people around to tell us what to do.
Yeah, no, but like that's I think old people should vote because we're gonna be old one day and we're gonna want to vote.
So you don't actually think that they should vote. You're selfishly looking out for your own future.
Because in the future, like no matter what, there's gonna be something that the young people do that we're gonna be like, that's fucking. out
Really,
of,
what
that's
other
not
groups
chill.
of people would you like to not vote?
I never said I didn't want anyone else to vote. I want all people to vote.
Okay, good.
Robots. I don't
What
want
about you,
robots
B?
voting.
There. Do you think it should be like, you know how when old people have to retake the driver's test to make sure they can still see? Do you think they should have to take like a ethics or morals
A
test
polling
to see if
Nah,
to see if they still
that's
can
a slippery.
vote?
That's a slippery slope right there.
We
A
touched
literacy
on
test?
that. We touched on that on Monday's show because I think Billy was talking about things to put in to make it harder to vote. And I was like, "What? You want people to pay money to vote? You want to
Poll
make sure
tax.
you want to make sure they can read to vote?" I just think that old people. I'm not saying they shouldn't vote. I'm saying that their voting rights should be curtailed to the point where they can only vote for the candidates that are on 2 or 4 year term.
If you
They ain't
can't
got shit to do though.
if you
That's
can't
what they do.
if you can't drive a car because of your age, I don't think you should be allowed to vote.
If you're just too old to drive,
If you're too old to drive, you're too old to
Dude,
vote.
if there's like no medical reason, it's just like this person's too old to be behind the wheel of a car.
No, but you know how they like, or it's like they're. But
Okay,
I guess
guys,
eyesight.
honestly, let's
then
be-
it's-
Take
Look.
notes of the people on this podcast who don't want everyone to be able to vote. I want it on the record. I think every American should be able to vote.
All right, let's be
Every
real.
single
No, you
one.
don't. No, you
What the
don't.
fuck do you mean? No, you don't.
What about a felon?
No,
you get
you
to speak
don't.
for me.
Oh yeah, what
Big
about
J,
a
do you
felon?
think-
Should felons be able to vote?
Oh damn! I forgot.
Oh damn.
Yeah, all non-criminals.
Okay, let's be real here.
What
We
about
don't-
non-violent drug offenders? They should be able to vote
Yeah.
Okay, let's be
in
real,
prison?
guys.
in prison while they're in prison.
Do they do that?
No.
Like you usually don't go to prison for a misdemeanor.
Jail.
I'm just gonna.
You could maybe convince me of that.
Guys, so that thing
Gotcha.
about not wanting the old people to vote anymore, I mean, literally, like, that's why they released the coronavirus. We don't really.
There's a
It
There's a
decimated
funny-
that voting population.
there's a funny ass video. Jonathan Mann, and it's a song. You just type it on YouTube. It's called "Let the Old People Die." It's when Corona first came out, and people were like, and one of the arguments was like, they're old anyway. If you get it, you get it. And so he made a song called "Let the Old People Die." It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Check it out.
I do think that old people should be generally allowed to vote. I just think that it's just kind of where we've landed as a society where the older you are, the more you vote because you just love to do it. And then they don't have to deal with the consequences.
You have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
A Tuesday afternoon, you get to go to your local middle school and vote.
Yeah, it's a party.
Sign me
Dude,
the fuck
honestly,
up.
old people are just looking for outings.
Exactly.
Just like
They should
we're,
have
go-
more
we're-
dances.
we're gonna be that age looking for shit to do and going to vote. Like,
Billy, do you think we're actually gonna make it to that age?
yeah,
Well, I guess you can vote in jail.
Yeah.
You know what they should do? They should really introduce virtual reality headsets into like retirement homes.
yeah. I think that's the word.
They would love that.
Would they?
Yeah.
Or would they get like freaked out by it?
I mean, probably a little bit of both, but they get used to it. probably really enjoy it. Be like, hey, here's a Sinatra concert that you can watch.
True.
He's
On-
singing directly to you.
When that's how we get them to stop voting.
Yeah,
We just throw a VR headset.
Yeah.
on.
Oh my god, that'd be so. The funniest thing, like you send them back in time, like they can go back to their youth. And then some old guy's just yelling like racist shit, thinking he's back then. Like,
Yeah.
send them back so they can do what they used to do.
They think they're actually time traveling.
Yeah, imagine
Yeah.
it would actually be very creepy, like an episode of Black Mirror if you walked
Yeah.
into a retirement home and everybody was around with these headsets on,
And
just
they
like screaming.
yell, like,
Who do you think is the oldest person that listens to this podcast? Is there an old population that listens to this?
Yeah, sure.
there's got to be. The thing is, old people.
I mean,
are
no
not that-
disrespect. I respect my elders. I just don't think that you should have the same rights as me.
Something that I realized the other day is that like a lot of the old people now are not like our class. Like they're not still the golden generation. They're like hippie. Like
that's-
70-year-olds now are like Vietnam vets, like hippies, like lived through. Like they all smoke weed. That's what I was saying. That
Boomers.
yeah, they're boomers. They're not like some of like the great generation, quote unquote. They're kind of, most of them are leaving this
Dead?
world.
You can say dying.
I
was-
know, but it's sad.
I always think it's funny when the boomer generation talks about like my generation younger as being like super entitled child participation trophies, and they're literally the ones that gave us the participation trophies and raised us to be this way.
I never got that either. It's like, you're the one that did it.
Yeah, I didn't go out to the store and buy myself a participation trophy
Right.
at the end of my soccer season.
I was actually reading a lot about this. Basically, the boomer generation was a product of a post-war generation that never really grew up with a like functional childhood. So in this new consumerist culture, like all they had, like they were the first truly spoiled generation, at least in the United States, where everyone's just buying shit for their kids, like unnecessarily.
Soft times, soft people.
Yeah. And that is why, that explains the current place of U.S. foreign policy.
There we go. Arian, have you seen the Tucker Carlson video about the end of man?
Yeah, man.
What were your thoughts? We touched on that briefly. I think it's a hilarious video. I don't really understand what he's going for, but it's just very funny.
I do. I follow a lot of like right-wing pundits. I follow their lore, actually. I don't follow them. But he just panders. He's funny as hell, though. Like he panders to the whole like, it's the fear mongering. They're trying to take your guns. They're trying to take your liberties. They're emasculating men. I actually had a long ass group conversation with a bunch of dudes in my group chat, all brothers, by the way. And they started saying some of these talking points, like they're emasculating men, and I kept asking how, and like they came up, the excuses they give are just hilarious, like putting men in dresses, and I'm like, men have worn dresses forever. Like I can't get a solid reason as to how they're emasculating men, but it panders to that. It panders to the whole like we need to bring real men back, and I guess they just want niggas working 9 to 5s and be miserable and beat their wives. Take it back to that.
I think it's funny that every new thing that happens in media or in pop culture, it just becomes like a talking point for people. Like Wonder Woman came out, and people were like, see what they're doing to our superheroes. They're giving us a Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
It's like
Even it 1,000%. So like I think Thor, they kind of teased like there's like a woman Thor, Pepper Potts, the Iron Man, she's an Iron Man. So like all of that shit was like in the regular comics, in the actual comics, that's how it went down. Like it really went down like that. Stan Lee was like super progressive. So he was like really pro minority, pro woman. And that's how the comic books were. And he wanted to have like representation in minority group. And so to see them representing it now in the movies, and the backlash is, look at it, the woke. Yeah. And it's like, nigga, that's how it's always been.
they're turning the Ghostbusters into women. Society's over. Like nobody, I don't think anybody really cares about that, right?
No
like,
one watched it.
yeah, I mean, it was bad. It was a very bad movie.
Yeah.
But is there?
I didn't see the Ghostbusters.
I just don't. I don't understand why anybody would care about that. I don't like stand. I don't see an all-female cast of Ghostbusters, and I'm like, that's awesome. That's great. Good. That's what we need. And I'm also not like, that's bullshit. How dare they make Dan Aykroyd's character a female? Like, I don't understand the mentality of somebody that actually cares about that.
Well, I don't think it's caring, right? I think I don't care about Ghostbuster representation, right? But to somebody like some woman out there, it might be like, that's dope to see us represented in a way that's the savior, the superhero, because it's usually just been men and majority white men, right? That are saviors, like Avatar, The Last Samurai, shit like it's always like men coming to save the day. So when women come to save the day, it's not necessarily, I had this argument with some dude a while back. It's not necessarily important, but it's good for like the morale of a zeitgeist to have representation in entertainment.
Mhm.
I don't really care that much about it, but I can see, like, so when Black Panther came out, right, that hit me a little differently because there's never been a black superhero in that big. Yeah, there was Spawn, but that wasn't really a, you know, maybe Blade, but that wasn't, you know, just kind of an anti-hero kind of thing. But when Black Panther came out, it was a very significant event for people that look like me. We cared. I think, I don't know, maybe just you're used to seeing people that look like you represented in a superhero way. It's not that it affects my day, right, day to day, but it's just dope. It feels good to have representation, I guess.
Yeah, I guess saying that, like, I don't care one way or the other about female representation, but it's probably easy for me to say that as a guy, just like whatever. So sorry, Mad Dog, I didn't mean to speak for you because I saw you. Mad Dog was like, yeah, I liked seeing the female Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Arian. It's not like it makes my whole entire life different, but it definitely, it's like seeing yourself, and it's the same thing with Arian and Black Panther. It's like you're seeing yourself like represented in a way that hasn't been represented before, or even like even today, actually, with you and having like Jeannie Bouchard on, like having a woman on Part of My Take, or your first tennis player, or something like that. Like just seeing yourself represented makes it easier to like fathom things that, you know, again, I'm not gonna be a superhero, obviously, but like, again, you're the hero, you're saving the day, and so on and so forth. It's nice to see yourself represented.
You know, a guy who I don't agree with a lot, but he made a really good point. Jordan Peterson. He made a really good point, and like the folklore and I'm summarizing this point, but the stories that we tell throughout a culture says a lot about our culture, and it actually has a lot to do with how we think of ourselves and who we want to be as a culture. And so when kids can identify with certain storylines that have been running through the narrative of who we are as a people, it makes it easier to dream. Like when I was growing up, it was an ongoing joke in our community. Like, you ain't never gonna be president. Ain't never gonna be no black president, right? That was an ongoing thing. It was like, you can't be president. You can do whatever you want in this world, but you can't be president. They used to say that to us like all the time. And then all of a sudden we see Barack Obama, that that glass ceiling has been broken for kids, my kids and younger kids. That's not a thing to them. When we was growing up, there was a ceiling. And so a little shit like that, just small little barriers that you break through, are culturally meaningful throughout the time. Not to get all fucking deep on it, but like it does matter to a certain extent.
Yeah, I guess it would make sense if you're a kid and there's never been a black president. You probably it takes so many extra steps of ambition to think that one day you could be president. But if you see that there is black president, you think like that's normal now. Like it could be you.
Yeah, you normalize the bar being set.
So all our obscenely old listeners out there, it's probably pretty good for you. Like you see Joe Biden, one day you too could be president. I'm very happy for you all. Until now, it wasn't possible. You had to be at least under 70 to be president.
They're getting older, aren't the presidents getting older and older, bro?
Yeah, it feels that way. The last two have been very old.
The last two. How old was George Bush when he got elected?
So Bush and Obama both when they got elected.
I mean, I know Obama's young.
40s, wasn't it? It was like 40s.
Yeah, it's weird to go back and look at like the first day of Obama's presidency and the first day of George Bush's presidency. Those guys were young as shit, and they aged so bad. Why do you think it is that being president just like turns you 30 years older?
Well, have you seen Obama recently? He regressed in age. He aged 20 years and then has just subtracted.
That's that adrenochrome.
There you go.
He's on that good shit.
Shouldn't he be sucking down babies when he's in the White House?
No, you can't get away with
That
it.
sounds so fucking bad.
That-
Shouldn't be sucking down babies while he's in
he's
the
on
White
that.
House.
He's on that Queen Elizabeth pack.
Yeah, like
I can imagine being like a super tin hat guy, like where you think while in office you're actually sucking off babies, and then afterwards you're sucking in babies. That shit is wild, dog. To believe that shit.
The UPS guy comes by once a week with a giant thing packed with dry ice.
No, it's Epstein
Michelle,
in the.
Michelle, the infants are here.
Epstein just rolled up. Private jet.
No, Obama went like from 45 to 65, and now he's like at 55-ish.
See, that's why I don't think that we'll ever have a really, really young president, because I don't think that old people would vote. If old people would vote for a really young president, I actually thought that Buttigieg had a chance at it because he looks like a guy that old people would go up to and just like pinch his cheeks. You know, like he looks like grandma's special little boy.
I don't think, again, I think younger people are. I don't think super old people are ready for a gay president. I will say that.
Probably not.
Nah.
Probably not.
Hell no.
I think a gay president will get elected before a female president. I'm serious.
Do you have any
I don't think so.
like-
I don't think so.
Because there's in mythology, like even though
In mythology.
in like classic mythology there were like many gay leaders as well as women, but like I think there's more of a chance that there's going to be like a extremely masculine, as Joey and Pat say, a mask presenting gay man who gets elected, who still projects strength as like in the classical leader way that people, say like, okay, this guy can get the job done. Like, don't care that he likes dudes.
You know,
That's just in the stereotypical way.
I think that religion is so deeply rooted in our belief systems in America that to get over that hump, there's just so many. Like I know a bunch of people who are good people, though, that they are like, I'm all for gay people having rights. I just think it's wrong. I just think it's wrong. And it's a moral issue. And when you're dealing with I don't think they can make it. There's not too many arguments having a moral issue against a woman leading. There are some in the Bible that are weird, but I think people don't really read the Bible like that. But homosexuality in itself is just a sin that I'm not sure this country's ready to get over on that scale. I mean, I hope so. I mean,
to argue like, I don't think a lot of religious people voted for Donald Trump, but Donald Trump is by no means a picture perfect Christian. I mean, all the stuff coming out as like naming him as sexual.
all you have to do is say it though. Like all you have to do is say it though.
But
like
yeah,
his favorite Bible verse is 2 Corinthians, right?
Well,
all
no,
you have to do
no,
is
his favorite one. He said the 2 Corinthians thing, but if there's a clip of, it's these guys. One of them ended up getting in huge trouble, I think, for like being a pervert or something. So, but anyway, they're interviewing him and they're like, "What's your, many Christians like have a life verse? Like, what's your favorite verse from the Bible?" He goes, "That's very private. I'd rather not share that." And they're like, well, just like one. Like, what's your favorite? He's like, I'm not going to speak on that. That's very private to me.
there's many.
That's
good
very
ones.
personal to me.
I think he said he likes them all.
He might have.
but that's what I think a lot. There's actually this really good. I think it was a documentary on why the religious or the right has adopted like a religious stance in their politics. I forget all the tenets, but I don't think that the modern Christian, the majority of them aren't like Bible thumping, like read it from cover to cover. It's just more of an identity than anything else, and so they don't really follow the tenets of Christianity, right? Which is why you can elect a Trump and say that you're an avid Bible reader. They don't read the Bible. The majority of them is just an identity. So I think in general, most people, they just want to, like I said, they want to identify as Christian, and so part of those tenets in America is homophobia. It just is what it is, and there's a lot of them that go down the list, but I just don't see them getting past that. It could be. I hope it is though, man. But I think we're far off from that.
I think a lot of times, going back to the voting thing, people especially over a certain age, they like to vote in groups, and it becomes an event. And a lot of times, churches are organizations that create like voting drives, and they drive people around and things like that. And so,
Wait, can you do that? I thought isn't there a Johnson Amendment that says you lose your status if you advocate for it? Maybe voting in general, but I think you can't advocate for a candidate. That might be it. That might be it.
I don't think the church itself can advocate for a candidate, but like a
Yeah,
church can be a
yeah.
voting like
Yeah.
a polling place.
Yeah, or they
Yeah,
can
yeah,
they
yeah.
can organize a drive where they like pick people up
Yeah.
that are members of their church, and
Yeah.
then they drive them
Yeah.
to
But a
polls.
ch-
But they don't. You're
A
right.
church
they-
can't be like a
Yeah.
super
they-
PAC.
yeah, they don't endorse candidates.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right, so I actually really like this idea about the macrodosing science fair. I think that could be
Me
be
too.
good. I want to see. Should they all just do a volcano, or should they do?
Who would
different
judge?
things?
Who would judge it?
I think we would.
Can I be a judge?
But I thought we were in
also
it.
Do one.
No, you can't. Conflict of interest.
How about Arian flies to New York to judge the science fair? Because we also,
I'll be
I
down.
think we have to be in. I think we.
Okay, Aaron, you could. How about me and Arian judge it?
Okay. I think me, Billy, and Big T are and Avery will get in. Are still in school mode.
I'm gonna do
enough.
something crazy.
I am not in school mode, but are we a team or are we all individual?
I think individual.
I'm calling up Josiah.
What's that?
Are y'all gonna get those cardboard
Yeah.
boards?
Yeah, the
trifolds.
Shit, yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. And I think I don't know, either individual or duos.
I think we should do teams.
teams. So it could be
Like Nick and KB could be
yeah,
a team.
Nick and KB, Billy and Big T could be on a
This would be
team.
Awesome.
hmm
Avery and Mad Dog could be on a team.
Yeah, I feel like Avery has some good ideas.
And yeah, I'll put the word out
Kate
there.
and Frank,
Kate and Frank.
I'm hitting up Josiah.
or we could do
Zahner.
units, Frank and Doug's.
Yep.
I'm gonna inject myself with CRISPR technology.
I love it. Okay, we're gonna do that. Look for that coming. That'll happen in the next month or two.
I like that idea.
I'll talk to the people and see when everybody's in town, and we can figure it out and figure out a day that you
I
can
don't want to
fly.
get up. Y'all don't want to get up.
no, we'll
Sounds
do
as
it.
a whole
We'll do it after Barstool versus
cap.
America.
Yeah,
Bunch of cap.
Yeah.
Y'all
Does
don't want to meet. Y'all don't want to meet up as a podcast.
bet.
Arian, actually,
Set a date.
I have something we can talk about after.
Okay, let's
Okay.
look at the calendar right now.
I'm just saying my
That
birthday.
should be the next. That should be the next shirt. Just a cap.
Me,
Just
me and Big T have birthdays
cap.
coming up.
Dude, wait, we should 100% make a hat that
That's
just
a
has that
cap
cap
on it.
emoji, the hat emoji.
Email.
Yeah, well, let me do that.
Cap.
Like a cap.
Okay, what about what's going on April 23rd?
That's
oh, he trying to get it.
that's like in 2 days.
Sorry, May 23rd.
Is that Memorial Day weekend?
I think that's the
No, it's
the week before Memorial Day.
I'm free.
May 23rd.
April, May 23rd.
Oh yeah, that's the Monday before
Like-
Memorial Day. I'm down.
I can make that.
May 23rd. Billy?
Oh, I actually can't make that.
Where are you going?
What day of the week is that?
It's
Monday.
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 I think I'm doing that show thing.
Is that then?
Yeah.
Okay, how about June 6th?
No, I absolutely cannot do that.
This is like trying to schedule a fantasy draft with that one guy that's got all these
How long are you
prior
going to be gone
engagements.
for that for?
No, but that's a
Those are
personal
different
thing.
things.
June 13th.
I can do that.
I can do that.
June
so
13th.
far out. But yeah, I could do that.
But if we plan it far out, then that gives us time to
It does give you
to-
time to prep.
to prep and plan. Like,
But it also gives me time to forget about it. So if we can periodically
I'll
send
check in.
reminders.
Yeah, we'll set reminders.
June 13th. Hold on. I'm going to put it, Arian, I'm putting it in my calendar literally as we speak. Is that going to be the day of the science fair? Are we going to call that the science fair?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you know, like 2 weeks before, a week before, hit me with
Oh,
the
Arian. I'll remind you like every week.
my dog.
All right. I love it. Anything else we want to get into today?
We have merch that just dropped.
Sick.
We have a 420 design with what's his name? Ian Brook.
Shauna Coley's guy, the Irish doctor who fully thinks spread marijuana around the world.
Yep. The other St. Patrick's Day.
Sean S.C.
Yeah, the other St. Patrick's Day, and then we also have a turn on, tune in, and drop out tea that's dropping. And then hopefully, maybe we'll have a cap.
Cap. It's gonna be a cap. I'm thinking black cap, something small, like a hipster hat with just a cap on it.
What's a hipster hat?
It's like not like these hats. It's the type of hat that I don't really like to wear.
Like a trucker hat?
No,
like
this,
relaxed fit.
like the one that doesn't actually fit your whole head and people just wear it on top of their.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
And it's rolled.
yeah.
Send a picture to the group. I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's not like a baseball hat. There's no brim.
Why can't we just make a normal hat?
Because I don't think like the thing is for some reason those hats sell for people who like
Or we do both.
who put it.
Bro, what kind of hat, bro?
I mean, I'll show you. I'll show
It's
you.
like a beanie.
I know what he's talking about now.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking. The type of hat. It's not even a beanie. It's like it's the hat.
Send it in the group, bro.
I'm trying to even think what you call it. I'm trying to Google it right now.
Oh, I
Hipster
thought you were
beanie.
just describing it. Hipster beanie?
Google hipster beanie.
hat. No, not a beanie. I'm talking about these little hats,
The
Like-
hipster beanie.
like the polo hats. Yeah, that's what it.
Dad hats?
Yeah, like the.
No, that's what I thought he was talking about.
like the
I
polo.
typed in hipster hat. There's a fedora popped up. Like a flat cowboy hat looking thing popped up.
No,
Those are
it's
big
the-
with the hipsters.
It's the polo.
Go to
hat.
Nashville, you'll see a lot of those.
They are.
It's the polo type hat. Those small, like flimsy ass hats that like
Dad
have no
hat.
shape.
Type in dad hat. See if
Is
that's
that-
what you're talking about.
Dad hat.
Yeah, I
just
think
sent it to
that
the group.
is, which is what I said originally.
Dad hats. Yeah. No.
Yes, this is what you're talking about. What
yeah,
you
but
just
it's even
said.
flimsier. Yeah, dad hat. I guess. Yeah.
A normal hat.
Yeah, so like a hat. I don't understand why.
But like a
Billy,
baseball.
that's just a baseball hat.
No, it's not. A baseball hat has way more form. Those are just like cloth.
He's talking about a normal ass hat.
It's not a normal hat.
Think of the most normal hat you can think of.
No, it's a weak hat.
Weak hat for weak men.
It displays it's
Oh, one last thing, Arian. I want your perspective. You spent a good amount of time in the gym training to become a professional athlete. Billy and I were working out yesterday.
Actually, it's actually working against me right now.
No, I'm not. Not all. I'm curious. to
No,
hear
no,
your
I'm saying that fact is working
Oh.
against me right now.
Gotcha. We were working out yesterday, and we were doing max bench press on Tuesdays. First of all, how much do you think I bench pressed, Arian?
Let me see your biceps.
You don't use your biceps to bench.
That's not true.
Yeah, it's probably not.
I think you get like 245.
Oh
250?
shit! You're giving me a lot of credit. No, I'm at 225 now, but I'm getting
Yeah.
there. I'm almost there. And so Billy was spotting me for that. Did a great job, by the way. And then I spotted him on the bench, and he had 275 loaded up, and he brought it down, and at the bottom of his rep, as he started to come up, his left arm buckled. The plate started to slide off.
No, the plates start to slide off before my
Well,
hand buckled.
that's impossible
No,
because,
that's because
they wouldn't
it
have started
wasn't
to slide
clipped.
off.
It wasn't clipped.
But it would not
anyway.
have started to slide
It's
off
just
if
this-
the bar was
it's
level.
basically-
It's
basically-
gravity.
That's
This is
true. That's true. He's right, Billy.
it's
No,
basic
they start
gravity.
to slide off before.
No, it,
They can't slide off if the bar is level.
Right, but when they go down, I mean, it's never going to be perfectly level. But if
This
there's not
was-
a clip on one side of the, there wasn't a clip,
I
so they
mean,
started to slide.
it was not even.
The
I'm not arguing perfectly level, but if
Yeah.
it's pretty straight, how's it gonna slide?
Well, the thing is, like, for example, if this slides a little bit, they all slide a little bit, then the weight bounces off. You have more torque in, like, the lever system, and then your left is going to feel like it has more weight on it because the distribution of the weight isn't balanced.
a lot of weights like airlock in. So like when I was growing up, like I still to this day, if it's over, I mean if it's under 225, I don't really use clips.
Right.
Yeah,
but
I didn't use clips.
The thing is, we're
on
using
mine.
bumpers. For some reason, these guys got bumpers when they got this rack, and you're not even
Right.
supposed to bench with bumpers. So we have bumpers. They don't airlock, and they slid off. But I did get it live on air during a podcast.
Billy did
275.
when I did it. Did the weight slide off?
No, because you were
Okay.
benching literally like nothing.
225.
Two nothing.
It's 50 pounds less than you, which you actually. I can't even say that because you didn't even get it up.
I did, dude. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. This is ridiculous. I
Billy's
can't believe they're
been
trying.
very
They're trying to
upset.
emasculate me. The mainstream media is trying to emasculate me.
Billy's gonna go out and purchase a testicle sunning device And
What's the question
and
though? What is the
The
question?
question was, as a spotter, when you see that arm buckle and that side dips
You're not
down,
supposed to take
Billy,
it out.
shut up.
You're not supposed to touch the bar until they tell you or ask you.
And the weight is sliding off, and it looks like Billy's gonna die. I helped lift that side up.
it wasn't even that much weight.
As gym etiquette, am I supposed to just let it go and let Billy flounder until he screams
that's the whole
at
point
me,
of a fucking
or am I
match.
supposed to help him?
No, you're supposed to wait
I'm
till
asking
I say,
Arian.
get it,
I'm
get
asking
it.
Arian. I was trying to save Billy's life.
No, you weren't.
In my experience, I was taught like young, like when somebody's struggling with the bar, they're not struggling with the entire weight. They're struggling with very little. So you don't have to have that much. You don't have to pull it up like that. So a nice little like tap underneath like that will just help them guide it up so that you don't have the, oh shit, I'm struggling and weights fall off.
Yeah.
And so like you're just supposed to like lightly tap whichever side or both sides that are
So
being down.
I like.
But yes, if you feel like it's going like this and you see bars start
Yep.
sliding, I would do that as well.
Yep.
Because if it's 275 and you just banging it out, it shouldn't be. If you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yep.
I got it in the end, but when we had a clip, I tied on an electrical cord.
Did you know? Do we have video? You have video?
Yeah,
Sounds
we
like
have video
there's
of it. We have
some
video of it.
discrepancy.
He ended
I
up
wanna see it.
doing it on his redemption, but at the first
When
time,
we had a
Oh.
clip. Anyway, I got
Ah.
pissed because I didn't know what was going on because I'm benching and I just heard he touched the bar.
Are you saying he panicked?
I'm saying the thing is you're never supposed to touch the bar because that rob because imagine
No, I'm saying.
yeah.
I'm saying. Are you saying PFT panicked?
Basically PFT's claiming that I like he saved my life and trying to make me look weak when I'm saying when I was getting mad at him for robbing me of the opportunity to get it all by myself instead of him trying to help it. But at the time I didn't know that these were falling off and now looking at the tape they were sliding. Jake, who was standing next to me, said that they were sliding, but you should never touch a guy's max until he is like under the bar and has accepted his fate that he could not get that weight up.
I don't know about that. If shit's sliding off, I'm gonna help you out though.
But right. But I didn't know it was sliding off. But at the time, I thought he just touched the
Yeah.
bar and
Send the
robbed me
Send the
of weight.
video. I want to see it.
I'll
Yeah,
send you both videos.
Well, no. So the first video is about to come out. I don't think that the entire one has come out yet, Billy.
I think it's on the YouTube.
It's maybe.
Well, just
We'll see.
send it to me in the group. I ain't finna
Okay.
tweet it.
No, but Billy, the first one where the weight started to slide off, the entire video of that is not out yet. Only the preview is out, which started
Okay.
as you were going up with it from when I helped you.
Okay.
It doesn't show
But
the
it's coming
buckle.
out tomorrow. This
It's
is
coming out
tomorrow,
today. Yeah. So you'll see it. It's available online wherever your videos are found. But yeah, I was just trying to help a bro's life. That's all. And Billy got
Sweet.
upset about it. Okay. We will see you guys on Monday. Tell you what, send in your ideas for different science fair projects that we should have. Just so that we can get a list going. I'm gonna open it up and people can do whatever experiment they want to do,
Yeah.
as long as it's a normal science fair experiment.
Yeah.
But if you have suggestions, it would be helpful to have a list so that maybe we could help people out
Yeah,
and
DM
kind
us.
of narrow down their minds of what they want to do. So DM the account, Mad Dog
Mhm.
will see them, pick
Yeah,
the best ones.
I never had to do a science fair, so this is I'll be fresh.
Really?
Yeah.
I won PS 183 science fair 2 years in a row back
That's
when I was in.
Just letting y'all know, if anybody does the volcano bullshit, L.
What if it's
Automatic F.
But
Shit's
what
trash.
if it's not the classic? I got one that's gonna.
I would like to see a volcano.
I'm gonna do a shit ton. I'm gonna. Get
I don't
all,
want to say
I'm gonna
you're
get all
getting
the
a bad
chemicals.
grade from me, so you're gonna get a C if y'all do that because
Bro.
PFC gonna give you an A and I'm gonna give you an F. That shit
Can I-
sucks.
Hey, my volcano's gonna be busting. It's gonna be busting out the top.
Yeah. If there's anything lower than F, I'm gonna give you that for that shit.
Can we do like a
Especially if you
Rube
say it like that.
Goldberg?
It's gonna be busting.
Yes.
No.
DM the account ideas, and we'll work through those.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next Tuesday, excuse me.
Mhm.
I'll see you guys next Monday. All right. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
Happy 420.
Enjoy your holiday if you celebrate. Love you guys.